Hello, Dr. Ramon Lusarga with your video accompanying your reading of Clement of Alexandria, and the question that will serve as the basis for our problem next class. His question, can the rich man be saved? Here is a church father with a somewhat different perspective of what we've read in Basil, and for good reason. Clement of Alexandria is a 3rd century figure. He is a Greek born in Athens. He died in Jerusalem, but between that, he was a priest and a theologian who taught at the Catechetical School of Alexandria. The Catechetical School of Alexandria is one of the earliest schools of theology in the history of the church. It had faculty, students, and a location. And that location, Alexandria, Egypt, is very important for our purposes. Alexandria, Egypt exists even today. It's a beach resort and port town for Egypt, but today it's nothing like its ancient heyday, because in Clement's time, Alexandria, Egypt was a major center of commerce, and that enabled it to be a major center of culture and learning. Alexandria, Egypt, by dint of being a major trade center, one of the major trade centers of the Roman Empire, had people coming from as far as Spain to the west, and perhaps as far as Persia and India to the east. And they would come and they would trade, and their culture would come with them. Their learning would come with them. If you were a merchant and you sailed to Alexandria, your ship would be searched for, among other things, books. And if books were found, they would be borrowed, literally borrowed, and copied, with the originals being returned to you. And those copied books, these scrolls, would be placed in the Great Library of Alexandria, one of the great ancient centers of learning, which, alas, was lost in a fire, a major blow to Western civilization and civilization in general. Besides the library, there was also a great university, and in this great milieu of culture and learning was this catechetical school. So when you read Clement of Alexandria, you're reading someone who is very well versed in ancient philosophy, Greco-Roman philosophy, someone well versed in Jewish thought, someone well versed in the growing body of Christian theological thought. His congregation, too, remember he's a priest, consists of Christians who are wealthy. Alexandria, being a major trading place, had a lot of merchants. Many of them converted to the faith. And these people, for the most part, arrived at their wealth honestly, by virtue of their skill and location. And these early Christians also read people like St. Luke and his gospel, with the woe language, woe to you rich. These people would have known church fathers like Basil and their writings, and how they approached wealth, the material that we've been reading over the past week or so. And they would have great concern. How can I, being a good Christian, who because of my skill, we have all this wealth that we're generating, how can we be saved? And Clement answers this question, tackles this question with what you're reading. And in answering the question, can the rich man be saved, he asks a more foundational question. How should one hold wealth? Here you have a departure from Basil, because Basil says, along with most of the church fathers, that you should only hold enough wealth to support yourself and your family. What does Clement say? And that will help us tackle this question.